if you are finished with the ideation and then thereafter with voting, you are having you are just narrow it down one or two main concepts or main ideas for solving the basic problem that you first encountered in your organization. So after the voting, you are going to build a real tangible prototype. It could be just a storyboard, it could be just a prototype of an app, it could be prototype of physical device. And why you are doing a prototype, why you are not just go to with the production phase, and why you are not just going to produce everything. That's because you are going to test that prototype with actual users the next day. So basically you are you're making a prototype very quickly, very rapid, but good enough for a testing. So you are also working in silence by doing prototyping. It's also because you don't want to be influenced by anyone others. You just want to make your prototype by using your own mindset, your own thinking about the background of that product. Usually, in design sprint process, you also can work in teams as well. But the best results are done by doing individual work. And then there are also decision makers in every team. You just present those prototypes to the decision makers, and they are also again voting which prototype they will test or which they will not, based by their insights, by their decision position, and by their let's say just gut or feeling about whatever they think it could be successful. So I just try to define this process as brief as possible, because we just want to do a short exercise just after in just going to very quickly in a couple of minutes in each phase for designing some product that we will all together come up with. So after building a prototype, you are going to the most funny phase, which is testing. You are going to put that prototype in the hands of real users and see the feedback and see how they are using the product. If you made your prototype good enough and with enough of aesthetical pleasurability, they will just feel comfortable with using it and testing it, and then they will just give you very constructive feedback about your prototype. But there are some cases in practice that people have done just paper prototypes, and test users cannot just understand. Hello? Test users cannot just understand how to use, for instance, how to test, let's say, paper prototypes or whatever kind of prototype you are using, and that's the problem with the facilitator, with a man who is or women who is facilitating the conversation, that they are not proficient enough in prototype quality. And after the testing phase, you are just having enough data finally at the end to produce the real product. And the idea behind design thinking process is to get that idea as quickly as enough. You can easily produce very good results in 1 week, but even to go, you can go shorter. You can produce some very useful results with just 1 day or 3 days. So let's try to just make a short exercise before the coffee break. Let's try to go through all phases to design something that's very useful. I'm glad that our host is here. She will be very happy when I announce that we will design here a second INAT conference. Yeah. So basically, you are all of those. You are basically users of your customers of conference, right? So we have a lot of data of you currently, and then we just need to skip those interviewing phase, right? So some of you are software developers, some of you are wannabe software engineers, some of you are probably designers, and we, let's say, know enough data that we don't need to interview all of you. So if we ask you what's the most important issue that we need to resolve in next conference, I will ask every one of you, what do you think so far, because there is like 1.5 day ongoing in conference. What's the most important issue that you would like to address in the next conference? Let's start from the lady. Just whatever comes to our mind. It's very important to try to be as brief as possible. Yeah.
Regarding a topic, you mean?
Whatever it is. Is it the topic? Is it like venue or like timing? Whatever.
Well, I would stick with technology, and I would think artificial intelligence, because it's really a topic which is going on all over the world.
Can I use your pen?
They either don't like artificial intelligence, or they either are very pro.
All right. So. No, I'm okay with the. Okay, so you're talking about extending the topics towards artificial intelligence.
Yes.
And all right, the next one.
Yeah, for me, as I saw it, is to be more international.
Okay.
More people, not just from Europe, but from other continents. It will be more diversity.
All right, that's the key phrase. All right. Yes.
I was thinking about increasing communication between the participants and the lecturers. So
like a more interactive.
lecture.
All right. Next one.
I want to know, when we work on prototype, is it more important good quality or design?
No, it's not a question about the design thinking.
I know.
Yeah.
Watch them,
Okay. In a general,
yes.
it's about the functional property, to be functional.
Yes, okay.
So, do you have any proposal for next conference that could be improved regarding to this one? Not you didn't encounter any issue. You don't have any ideas for improving it
No,
so far.
no,
Okay. Okay, super. Next one.
I think maybe these workshops should be like in chronology. Maybe we want to hear all three, but we want to hear everything, and in chronology we'll have the chance.
All right. Next one.
Definitely the timing. For me, it should be weekends, and especially not the weekend that has a marathon on it. So
All right. Yeah. But you have opportunity to in 10 minutes you just go outside and then
Run.
All right. The next one. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we can be here for 5 minutes. This is not the time.
This is your first lecture on the whole INAT.
Yes.
All right. Okay. You're good.
It's almost valid.
All right. The next one. The guy in the suit. Yeah.
Ali.
Ali. Nice to meet you.
Not feedback, but I was thinking if during an event you can create involve more participants in order to have a final outcome. Let's say a product at the end, or I don't know, something that could be hanged on further on, probably a project.
Aha, project-oriented conference, like a workshop-oriented. All right. This is exactly what we are doing now. Okay, the next the lady next to you. Yeah. Yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm Mika. Yeah. You like the city. You like everything. All right. Perfect. Next one.
This is also my first
Lecture. All right.
currently, so I don't know. I'm here for 5 minutes. I really don't know what could be changed here.
Okay. So give me a call after the conference, okay?
Great.
You are not involved in a decision process. You are.
can say at the end because you have somebody.
Yeah, you don't want to influence everyone. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, I think that the agenda was changing way too often and then without not actually involving everything that was initially promised.
Aha.
So that's like a functional thing that should be.
Okay. Thank you. The lady.
I mean, I agree with most of what's said, but I would say that interactive workshops are maybe most useful, and maybe even to introduce 2 days for workshops, maybe 2 in parallel, but not 3.
Okay. Alexa.
For the end. Yeah, I agree with all of them. Maybe I'll just add at the end to have some like, not like small competitions, to like try to like to have some small groups and like all of us that heard like interaction and everything,
Group.
to like try to do something and to see do you like learn something and do you like do you know like how to do the project and what's the main purpose of like
Perfect. Perfect.
One thing more, description of the title for the workshop should be more detailed. People understand.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, not only headline.
Not the headline, but the detail.
Okay. And then for the end,
For us,
what would you like to be improved in the next conference?
several things. For
Yeah,
us-
the most important one.
For us as the team, the most important one was figuring out the exact number of people who are coming,
Uh-huh.
who are actually not just interested but gonna show up, because that also influenced all the other factors in the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
So making the process of application, also payment, also rewarding participants more automatic.
Mm-hmm.
For the users, so for participants in the conference, the most important improvement we see is better interaction with companies, because we saw a huge gap between the companies, what they need, what the young people need, and companies, although they may be interested in an idea, it takes time for them to respond. So the negotiation and crafting takes several months.
All right.
At least we were talking about that.
All right.
And final thing,
Uh-huh.
for the outcome and speakers, for us it is also giving them enough time in advance so that they know I'm going to speak then. And there were several times, several speakers actually had to change their flights. So we knew only last week that they will have the meeting, let's say, important meeting on Friday, they need to speak on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we were
Understand.
like, well, you said you will speak.
Yeah.
And that's life.
Yeah, yeah.
So those things make them more process structured is something that we definitely want to work on.
All right. So I'm glad that we are having one decision making here. Now I'm acting as a facilitator here, but I can also try to propose something as a part of the whole team. To me, I call myself like UX designer, and for me the next conference should be more designed, better designed in terms of user experience, saying like that you are not calling this chamber, you're not calling this room, how you call it, business development, whatever. Call it just room 4 because it's on the top of the and just all those signage, yesterday people were entering on the back doors instead of front doors, like all those information architecture related things. So I will write that as well. So we gathered.
Question.
Yes.
Since you mentioned it now, is there a design role of
Thank
a
you.
facilitator or something like a Scrum Master would be in Scrum or something like that in design thinking process, or are all involved equally?
that's good. There are some parallels between Scrum process and design thinking, but they are not the same. You know, just try to, as I said before, try to think outside of the box and try to unlearn the things that you learned during your software development. Just for now, you know,
Okay,
for this.
The specific question was something like Scrum Master in Scrum does not exist in design thinking.
I mean, it exists like as a facilitator, you know. But Scrum Master, Scrum process in software development is more structured. It's more scientific, and design thinking as a process is more. I'm sorry. It's related to creativity, and it's empirical. It's empirical rather than scientific. So we are having like tons of ideas here. We can also upvote every of these. We are not going to do that because it will take a lot of time, and coffee is going to be too cold for us. But I just wanted you to make a sense of the design thinking process. You are having like 10 of ideas, and if you are going to continue design thinking process, you are just going to approach every idea and then put a sticker or just upvote with your hand. And then after the voting process, the decision maker here will try to vote on her own ideas, and then definitely her votes are counting like 3 regular votes. And then after everybody is collecting all those results, they just get to decide main 2 or 3 ideas, and then make like a prototype, which is very, very hard to make now because we are going to make a conference. But if you're going to make some service or some event or whatever you are going to make, you can map it out. You can have a whiteboard, you can just map your users and their user journey. It's a specific term in terms of design. You are just mapping out the ideal user journey, and compared to what exists now, it's out of the topic now, but it's, I just want to mention it, that if you're going to learn more about it, there are a lot of resources on the internet there. Question?
Question, because let's say we talk about conference or
Uh-huh.
consultancy service,
Uh-huh.
and the process is very intangible product. You
Yes.
cannot feel it.
Mhm.
It's difficult to make a physical prototype.
Unless you go to the conference itself, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we still somehow make it more 3D? And
You mean
live?
like more live?
Well, definitely more from the user experience, and even in the conceptual stage.
Well, you can just rent some very big, like let's say like exhibition hall, and just, if you have enough money, of course, and then you just pretend to have all those rooms and then just mock it up. Or otherwise you can just prototype it using some VR glasses. Why not?
Yeah.
Or
Or
just,
drawing.
yeah. Or but the easiest thing and the quickest thing, prototype is like convincing quickness, and then also technical realism of making it live. So the quickest way to prototype some event or some flow is to draw it on the whiteboard, and then you can start. Even that will improve all those, and you can just think about next year or wherever you're going to make your new conference, because design is about empathy. So to conclude this, the topic here was also what to think until 2050, right? So I would conclude this with some very famous site from Alan Key, who is a very prominent face in a computer industry, and he told once, the best way to predict future is to invent it. So just go to invent the future and try to make design thinking a part of your toolset, because it's not just answer for all questions, but it's just one powerful method of making it, making product alive. And if you want some more resources, just approach me at the coffee room, and then I will share with you. Thank you for your attendance.